With the release of Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac, we have so much to talk about and explore. But through the story, I realized something very crucial about myself. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero ever, with Batman a close second. But what got me into superheroes originally was the Spider-Man films with Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire, as well as the Spider-Man animated series that ran from 1994 and 1998. That was essentially my childhood. So with that being said, I knew my heroes and my villains from those sources. I didn't buy comics much when I was a kid for the same reasons many of you probably couldn't either. My parents worked a lot and there were more important things to buy. So my point here is this: the films did not show a huge catalog of villains for Spider-Man to fight because it's a movie and it has a limited runtime. And back then you chose the most known villains and stories and made a film revolving that, and it just translated better onto the big screen. So my knowledge wasn't that deep when it came to Spider-Man lore. I'm telling you this because I didn't recognize some villains in the game right away. For example, Anti-Venom, I'd heard about him, but I never really did my time and research. And Scream, I never heard of her. And then Cindy Moon was mentioned, and guess what? I didn't know her either. I felt a bit out of the loop, but excited nonetheless. I decided that I needed to dive a little deeper into the world of Spider-Man and try to find out who these characters were for my personal research and to get a better understanding of the game and the world around it. With this, I bring you the origins of. This will be a small series where we look at the history of certain characters and the relationship with Spider-Man, if there is one. And today we will be looking at the origins of Anti-Venom. Anti-Venom was introduced to the world in 2008. It was created by Dan Slott and John Romita Jr., and its first appearance was in Amazing Spider-Man number 569. Dan Slott has an extensive history with Spider-Man and Marvel. He first began writing for Marvel back in 1991 and is also credited as being the writer for the Spider-Man game Shattered Dimensions. Anti-Venom is known as an anti-hero in the world of Marvel. He was created due to white blood cells merging with venom left inside of Eddie Brock's body. After merging together, they evolved and became Anti-Venom. This is similar to what happened with Peter Parker and Martin Lee in 2023's Spider-Man 2. Ironically, I believe this is the first time that Anti-Venom and Peter Parker actually bond in the history of Marvel. The hosts for Anti-Venom have been Eddie Brock, who was the original, Ishan Pai, and the third being Flash Thompson, Peter's high school bully, who used the symbiote to become Agent Anti-Venom. Harry Osborn has bonded with Anti-Venom in the cartoons as well. Some of the powers and abilities that Anti-Venom possess are superhuman strength, stamina, durability, fast healing, wall crawling and web swinging, and immunity to Spider-Man's spider senses and camouflage. Anti-Venom is also immune to sound-based attacks, unlike many of his symbiote brothers. Anti-Venom can also cure people of many diseases and physical injuries. Although Anti-Venom sounds like he is invincible and can do it all, he does have weaknesses. Some of these include Mr. Negative's dark energy that can cause his healing abilities to stop working, as well as overusing his powers. Another weakness is that if he uses his powers too much, Anti-Venom becomes weak. Anti-Venom also doesn't have a mind of his own like other symbiotes. He gets new memories every time a new host takes over. Overall, Anti-Venom is a unique symbiote that can be used for good. It has an extensive history with Eddie Brock and Flash Thompson in the comics, and in Insomniac's version of Anti-Venom, it takes over Peter Parker. This is new territory for fans and historians of Spider-Man. We saw Peter use Anti-Venom in his fight against the symbiotes, but we didn't see any of its healing capabilities in action. Has it been nerfed, or has it yet to evolve? There is a lot to look forward to regarding Anti-Venom and Peter Parker. This was the origins of Anti-Venom. I'm certain I missed some important parts regarding the origins of this character, so I ask you for help. Let me know in the comments what I missed regarding Anti-Venom and what else you think we should know about the character. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to our first episode of The Origins of. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of questions we're going to be asking and answering, but this was really just to get a better understanding for myself and for you guys on some of the characters that we meet in Spider-Man 2 that I didn't know much about. So this is just an intro, and I just want to know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you thought. If you like the series, we will do more, we'll evolve the series, and we may tackle different stories and different games. Thanks.